All right, so I'm Bishop Robert S.M. Bimba. So you are welcome. This is Zubatan Dupo Road. We're just not too far from the president's place and also not far from the city, turning wastelands into productive land. And you are here this morning, early this morning, so you can see that no food for lazy man. And we are working the soil, turning wastelands into productive lands. And part of what we are calling, we're happy that you can bring your camera here this morning to see what Liberians are doing.
Yeah.
Liberians are working together to grow their own food. Liberians are working together to complement the government efforts. We're trying to put a stop order to the importation of imported rice. We think we can grow our own food. I mean, this is visible right in the city. People in the interior, there's no excuse for you not making farm. We're in Monrovia making farm, turning wastelands into productive lands. This is a motivation to all of us. This is a challenge to all of us that Liberians can grow their own food and they can grow it in a sustainable way, in a way that is it create jobs and it also bring economic growth. So you can see for yourself, this is, I know when you were coming, you wonder where am I going this morning? Is it a backyard? But this is not a backyard. This is almost like 42 acres of land given to us by the government of Liberia on us. It started with former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Former President George Weah was able to seal it, get the title to us, that we are able to use it. People should not be building in the swamp. People should not be wasting dirt in the swamp. The swamp is only meant for agricultural purposes. And if we use all the swamps in Monrovia, I can tell you, we can feed the people in Monrovia, the 1 million people, we can feed them with rice if we cultivate this place and produce 3 times in a year. We started since 2008. My father started since 2008. And this is in agreement with God's word. I mean, if you read the Bible talks about farming. It encourages us to work. I mean, there's nothing, no holy book that teaches more about that. And we started this fight against hunger since 2008. We found that it has been like a self-initiative by Liberians themselves, and we felt that we should not be eating imported rice, imported chicken because of our health and because, I mean, we can grow it. And it has been rough. If you came here a few years ago, this is breast scaring time. If you came here a few years ago, so we're driving breast. Driving breast now. Driving breast. The best way to drive the breast is to sound and make all of the different sounds to get the breast. But we started
exactly like in the interior.
This was a criminal hideout. This was where you could not come in. There was all big forest. We kept book structure here. People were laughing at us. I mean, how you can come in more like and make fun? I mean, but the message was, as a believer, as a Christian, is look, we need to challenge the people in the rural area. They were all waiting for a car to come from Monrovia to bring rice in the rural area. So when people see us making farm in the city, they are motivated, they are encouraged, they are inspired. That there's no excuse for people in the interior not to make farm. If we in the city making farm, there's no excuse. And we strongly believe that the first thing God gave to mankind is work. When you can work, free thing good, but free thing and made you lose your respect. Right. So that's how we started. I've been tough, and the government of Liberia came in through the Ministry of Agriculture, and then we have been working with other partners, USAID, Cultivate Nation, Jubilee Justice, and now we have other friends that always been helping. The church itself have been supportive of this work, you know, supporting it with the resources that they have. Other Liberians have been encouraged, don't give up, don't give up. But you can see for yourself, we are not giving up. Right now, we're trying to lay out the field. We are working with what we have, and we strongly believe that once we can increase the cropping cycle from one cropping cycle. Now you look at the place, there's dry season here. Yeah. No water here, you working seeing water. No. Now the rest is doing like this. Don't even think about it. Yeah. If we do this kind of production 3 times in the year on this 42 acres of land, right in Zubatan Dupo Road, it will help to change the narratives. Right. All right, we can solve all the 52 problems in Liberia, but at least we'll be making our small contribution to reduce the problem in terms of supply of domestic rice. So you can see for us how the rice is doing well. This is not China, this is Liberia. This is right in Monrovia. So that's how we have been doing it. And this is good news. And we think Liberia is a blessed nation. And we want people to really know that there are people who are working, and people need to celebrate the good thing that is happening in our country. And that's why we are here with young professional Liberians You see, so young Liberians here working. Liberians working together. We got one of the best agronomists, best technicians.
Agronomists.
Yes. Oh yeah, we have them. Yeah, we're proud of them because they are Liberians. You know, some people don't overlook the people they get, but I mean, these are Liberians that are doing the job. They know how to get this SRI. This is called the system of rice intensification. That one rice plant, one seed that it will plant here, so that is tailoring like this. And
all right.
You see for yourself, you can see this rice field. As far as your eye can see, we're hitting the main road.
Right.
I mean, just doing production, producing high quality rice that we can bring to the market. Right now, the rest are coming from here. This harvest will be harvesting early April. The impact of this work has been so great since 2008. Okay. We are one of those that produce the first certified seeds. We produce 10 metric tons of seed, the post-recovery seed program in Liberia. In 2011, we were able to produce seed from this area. Not only we have been able to create jobs, right now you get up to like 80% that get daily hire work in this field right here that get daily hire jobs, ranging from brushing, planting, weeding, different kind of work on the farm. That's a great impact. Somebody get a whole you're in post carrying birds.
Yeah, that's native way over there.
Yeah, so way there is birds.
You see, I remember, you know, it makes me to remember, you know, those days when I was in the interior.
Do it again. So that's one of the impact. But on policy issue, we have been able to advocate. We have been a champion of Liberian rice. We initiated the Liberian rice campaign for Liberians to start to love their own.
Right.
There's no rice that you can compare to Liberian rice. I'm strongly
especially like the arrowman of the.
You want to live long, you want to be healthy, you want to be strong, eat Liberian rice, and it's the best rice. We have been able to secure a processing facility right there, a mill house. Now we are upgrading it to a bigger tonnage, so we can be able to supply the market that we're able to supply, and we're able to attract funding from other partners who are seeing the work that we are doing and say, look, you're doing a great job. I mean, you know, turning wasteland. It's not something to do farm work. It's a hard work. It's expensive. But the good news is there is hope and there is future in it. And now that we're able to supply the market, like I told you, from each of the hectare, using the system we are using, we harvest like 4 metric tons. But this season, we will wait for the
4 metric tons per year.
Hectare. Not per year, we're talking about per hectare. Son.
Yeah.
Not per year. 4 metric tons and nothing per year.
Oh,
so
really?
That is just per hectare. So we're talking about like up to 15 hectares a year. So you multiply 4 times 15. That's the tonnage for one cropping cycle. So if you double the cropping cycle to 3 cropping cycle, that's the number of tonnage you get in terms of paddy rice that we are able to grow out of this space. Then we take it to the mill. When you take it to the mill, you got like 60% recovery costs. So you'll be getting another aspect. But the good news here is the demand for it is high. We are fighting to meet that demand with the market, with the people we have that really love the rice we supply. The people come here to buy the rice. So what we have been doing is to just improve on our production, improve on our processing line. And God has been gracious to us. Everything you see here is Liberians working together, making use of the available resources. And this tells you that our country is blessed. When you see the kind of field in the city, it's a hope. Right. That their country, it got future, and there's no reason for us not investing to the soil. Think about in a city like this, right? In a city like this, we are in Lofa, we are in Nimba, we are in Bombing, we are in Cape Mount, we are in Grand Basso.
Oh wow!
We're just moving to River Sets right now, where we are starting operations with Concern Worldwide. And we also grateful. I mean, there's a man called Apostle John Paul in the U.S. who have been very, teaching us about how we can break poverty. And this is one of the means. And I'm grateful to folks from the Abiding the Vine Owego in the U.S. who have been very, very supportive of this work. And you can see, but come, it's no joke.
Oh yeah,
Liberian rice is the best rice. Don't step on my rice. You see for yourself. You walk in the morning, so you know that you're walking in a farm. And all we can say to the government of Liberia is we need to be intentional about the fight against hunger.
Right.
This new government has come. They have promised arrest agriculture as a priority. If agriculture is a priority, right here in the city, let us start to feel it. All right? Let's build on all the different gains that have been made by previous government, previous administration, and let's push for it. One of the things I can say to the Liberian government, the president, it don't make sense for me. It don't make sense that on Independence Day, people eating imported rice at the executive mansion on national functions.
Okay.
It's a disservice.
Disservice, you said.
Second, it don't make sense for the AFL to be eating imported rice. It's a security issue right there.
Okay.
Why should they be eating? But they say again they want free rest. I mean, free thing, that's anything you don't just take. No matter how you jam something, you don't take it. Our military should not be eating imported rice. We should grow the rice. We can supply them, or we teach them how to grow it to keep the family busy and engaged. I mean, the military family should be engaged. All the time people say they should be doing something. The third thing, it don't make sense for inmates. Why should inmates in Liberia be eating imported rice? Some people in jail, I mean, they are of no risk. $5,000, somebody in jail for 1 year. $10,000 Liberian dollars. Why can't they come work on their farm here and they pay and get the money and go out of jail? I mean, but then they are feeding them with imported rice. I strongly believe that COVID-19 have taught us, Ebola has taught us that every country needs to pay attention to domestic production. And this is what we're involved with. Domestic production, will boost the economy.
Now domestic production.
Create jobs. You know, but every time we buy imported rice, we are exporting our wealth and importing poverty.
Right.
And the way to stop importing poverty in Liberia, this is the way to stop importing poverty in Liberia, by growing our own food, by making sure that we create jobs, by making sure that we work with what we have, that let's enforce the policy on the lowlands. The lowlands is not for construction. Can you imagine people building in the swamp?
Yeah.
Can you imagine people trying to waste dirt in the swamp? It don't make sense. See what we're doing with the swamp here. This is far better than constructing in the swamp. We got good policies in this country, but enforcement is a challenge. And we are calling on national government to make sure that they enforce the policy on the lowlands, on the wetlands, on the swamp. That the swamp should not be built in. It's not a place for construction. It's not a place for dumping dirt, waste. And you can see how think of what you're seeing here this morning. This is far better than putting construction on these sites.
Right.
So if we're growing food in the city, it will influence our people in the interior to double up with their rice production and their food. Catering, soirees here, you got Siane. These are Liberians. Look, let me tell you, nobody can do it better than Liberians. Liberians are blessed and this nation is blessed. So you can hear from them, but these are people, see what they're doing. I mean, we create internship here for university students in the college.
Oh, wow.
Because we feel that there's a disconnect in the learning. People learning abstention.
Okay.
They have not seen some of the things they talk about and they're just learning it. But when they come here, they see the reality. They can connect. These are all opportunities that impact we have made over the years of people that come on the field. So